searching for James Thomas.
I bought the Blu-ray off of a suggestion of one of the Criterion Closet videos. I forget who it was, but somebody I really like recommended it on there. And I'm like, oh, I got to check it out. And like I got it on the sale, and I started watching it, and I kind of wasn't vibing with it. I by myself, like I didn't know what to expect from it.
Yeah,
and actually didn't finish the movie. Like I stopped watching half. I had to go to work or something. Which after rewatching it or finishing it with Joseph, I'm like, oh, I really wish I'd stuck through because
oh my god,
the movie kind of demands to be seen, not necessarily with an audience, but definitely with a friend, or a loved one.
Yeah.
No, this is
so you can look at each other and be like, holy shit.
You look at each other and be like, what the fuck?
That's what we did.
What
Yeah,
am I
because my
watching?
fiance was also there.
Yeah.
Avery was
Oh,
there.
nice.
Yeah, so we were all just like, what the fuck is this movie doing?
We were all reacting
It's like
to it.
MTV editing in 1970.
It's like all the cocaine fuel just fly, especially the first.
All the coke in the closet.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Russ Meyer, the quote-unquote inventor of the nudie-cutie genre of movie. And so you have like early porn. You have early sexploitation. I think that Russ Meyer is really one of the directors that really took sexploitation and brought it into a mainstream, and that was done by getting acclaim from reviewers like Roger Ebert at the time. Which will tie into this movie because Roger Ebert wrote Beyond the Valley of the Dolls,
which is wild.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Editing in this movie, I remember looking. This is like MTV. like it's crazy.
It is so
like
wild.
I haven't seen a movie this old be this quickly cut. It's nuts.
It's in your face, pretty much from the
constantly.
beginning.
Yeah,
especially in the first third, where like we're kind of at the Z-Man's main party, and everything just every 2 seconds, people are cutting off half words. Like very clearly just like fueled by, well, at that time I was like, oh, this editing is fueled by cocaine, but it's very clearly on purpose.
Really gets your attention. Yeah,
because as through the second and third act of the movie, as we kind of like are getting into the stories of the characters and their relationships, like I don't want to say the editing becomes more conventional, but like it calms down a bit. Like we're sobering up. Like the party, like the party's done.
Yeah.
So the next day it's Sunday.
By the time you're in the third act, it's very much slower, and it becomes this movie has no fucking idea how to pick a lane.
No,
it really doesn't.
No, it like turns into like a melodrama toward the end. Yeah,
it's an absolute melodrama, and this movie
soap opera,
like it is a farce. This movie is a farce.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it was not okayed to be a direct sequel to Valley of the Dolls.
It's very clearly not, as said in text at the beginning.
Absolutely not. So they decided to go ahead and make it happen as a farce and as a send-up of these kinds of movies that don't really exist anymore. Like straight up melodramas.
Yeah.
You cannot go to the theater and watch a melodrama.
No.
Yeah. That's something I definitely found in a lot of like kind of researching this movie, is that like it is kind of parodying and doing satire of,
that's interesting,
like you said, genres that don't exist, and like these kind of tropes that were super common in like old Hollywood, kind of like old Hollywood hoity-toity kind of filmmaking, and that and tying it back to the whole sex element of it too, is like that was and something that I felt throughout a lot of this movie is that they're talking about how, what's it called? The intention behind the studio wanting to make this movie was they wanted to market to baby boomers.
Yes.
Like they wanted to market this to the hippie generation.
You can totally tell that.
Yeah, and it's like
as it was on its way, kind of out.
Yeah, and you can tell that too.
Like I felt very much like the commercialization of hippie culture. Like 69's done.
Yeah,
like. Woodstock's over, and
look back and see the high water mark.
Exactly. and at first I didn't really catch on to the satire motor. Like this just kind of feels like, at first I was like, this just kind of feels like they're trying to appeal to like young people kind of thing. But then as it was going, I'm like, oh, this is like they're making fun of the old people who are trying to make a movie. Like they're making fun of the studio old people who are trying to make a movie to appeal to young people, but it's all a joke.
Yeah,
exactly.
The dialogue is like a really big indicator of that.
Exactly.
The police are searching for James Thomas, believed to